Why? Hello and welcome everybody. So today I wanted to talk about three really big, kind of like game-breaking bugs for me on Druid. It's why I'm going to be re-rolling. So number one on bugs on Druid, and I think it's important for you to watch this because if you're going to play the class, it's important to know if this works. Weapon swapping is bugged. So I'm going to count this as two bugs because there's two separate weapon swap bugs. So number one, let's talk about the basics of how weapon swap works, because a lot of people kind of think that weapon swapping is kind of like Path of Exile 1, where it's a bit clunky, you gotta press the keybind, then press the skill. In PoE 2, it's instant. Instant means you just assign a skill to a weapon, right? So in this instance, Rampage is on weapon 1, that you can see right here where I'm circling. And then you, on your tree, spec your weapon passives for 1. So in this instance, 1 would look like this, because it's red, and 2 would look green, because this is how we have it. So, instance number 1, we are going to use our Ferocious Roar, which is set to weapon 2, and we can see this right here. Now, when you weapon swap on the bear, and you try to use some bear skills, not all of them, I will use one, Rampage, for example. When you press the Rampage button, like, I'm just going to press E, I can't show you the button I'm pressing, so you're going to just have to believe me here. When you press it, it doesn't do anything. So I'll do that again. Warcry, button press. Doesn't matter. It's not the keyboard. If I were to put Rampage on different keybinds, right? I will press Q, for example. Q doesn't do anything, right? The fix to this is actually double tapping the keybind, which feels really bad. So you'll notice on the second click, if you listen, the second click will work. So this means if you're going to do a weapon swap for Warcry to get Warcry speed, to make the Warcry feel better, you're going to have to double tap to get your Rampage going. A lot of people may not think that this is a big deal, but if it's your core skill, it just feels clunky, and clunky is not really what we're going for, right? So that's issue 1. Issue 2 would be the big skill, Walking Calamity. So if you look at Walking Calamity, we have it set for Weapon Swap 2. And you'd ask, why do you want to do that? Well, Calamity is a buff on you that lasts, I think, 10 seconds by default, which is not really that long. So it's really good to take, for example, duration nodes, right? So you can take duration nodes over here. You could take duration nodes over here. You could take duration nodes over here. And if you look, that's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 levels worth of points. So it would be ideal to weapon swap it. Unfortunately, if you were to weapon swap your Walking Calamity, I'm going to show an example of what would happen. Give me a minute here while we generate some rage really fast. Okay. So now we are going to use our Walking Calamity, and now we are going to swap back to Rampage. Unfortunately, if you look here, we have the buff that says meteors rain down around you. Unfortunately, we don't have any meteors raining down. So this is an issue with weapon swapping. Now, before people say, it is important to note that if you were to shapeshift into a different form, you will get it grayed out, and it will specifically say Walking Calamity is inactive. That's what leads me to believe that this is a bug. And number 2, weapon swapping is like a core function they're really trying to push in PoE 2, so it makes sense that you can weapon swap skills. Now, the third bug, I'm not going to be able to show very well. If you play it, you're going to understand, and it is yet again with Rampage. Rampage is an incredibly good skill when you are just trying to clear open maps, but it kind of has the sprinting behavior, which means sometimes when you touch a wall, it just stops. Sometimes when you're fighting a mob, it just stops. Sometimes when you're surrounded, it just stops, right? And a lot of people say maybe it's because you're getting stunned. I have already tried with double stun charm. The skill just feels weird. It's like a bear goes on a rampage, but sometimes there's a weird pebble, and the pebble takes your character out of a rampage. And the reason why that's a problem is a lot of bear skills, including Rampage, have a extra fixed attack time if you are not standing. So what ends up happening is you prep your Rampage, you start using it, you go into a pack of mobs, you get surrounded, your Rampage stops, then you got to channel for like an extra 1 second before you can Rampage again. That can cause your character to die, right? So that's kind of like one of the issues I would say with Druid right now, is it just feels a bit clunky, specifically on the bear side. I can't talk about the other forms, but I'm hoping GG can kind of hotfix things and make things feel a bit better, because I know people want to play the bear, but it's just got some funk going on right now. Anyway, catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are enjoying the patch. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.